Alright YouTube, what is going on? My name is Bigfoot. Welcome back to episode number 15 of our Another Birck in the Mall series. And in between this and the last episode, I've gone ahead and first of all started out by quadrupling the amount of janitors and builders we have on site. So we went from 2 janitors at all times to 6 at the maintenance centre Mall South. So that's really just all in around this area, the messy area right now. That's going to hopefully make a large difference. And then on top of that as well, we have gone ahead and also added in a lot of builders just because we're having a lot of mice issues. So as we can see here, a bit of an improvement. We've got 3 throughout the night now and only 2 on during the day. The reason is we have more throughout the night is just because, and I'm going to add more right now as I speak, is more to the fact that that is when the rats or mice, whatever you want to call them, tend to build up. So it's very important that we cover those times probably more than anything, just because that is when we're more likely to have incidents. And I was noticing that definitely in our new newsagents because of basically every single day the newspapers have to go out, and as we can see the amount of ill people in with our newsagents is just absolutely crazy. So I thought it would be very, very important to go ahead and prioritise that, and as we can see now, hopefully things will be a bit better, but it is because we just need to chuck out the papers every single day, and then they were staying there for quite a while, which wasn't good, so that was having quite a large effect on everything really. So our net profit has jumped up and down really in this place actually. It was all the way down at 48 was our lowest, but now all of a sudden we're shooting back up, and it's actually doing really well. It's up to 1,600 as you can see on screen there. And that's just in with a small difference, honestly. It's not that bad at all. So builders are coming along and they're getting rid of those rats fast. It's more just the janitor issue we're now having. And again, it's all really to do with just being understaffed, but hopefully with the change I've implemented now, it will make some difference. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to go back to the research tree because we have completed something new, which is good. That was Bus Technologies 3. What I want to do is have a look here. So unlocks automatic floor scrubbers for your janitors. That's a priority for me just because obviously how messy the place is. Then after that it's going to be coffee shops, but I can't queue them right now. So that won't take too long, the scrubbers one, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we now find ourselves with an empty space here, which I'm trying to think what we're going to do. So again, we'll just go up to the demand and see where we're at. It's crazy right now, we are really meeting demands in a lot of areas. Arguably yes, most of this is tier 1, so it doesn't really count, but there's still a lot of areas we're not doing great on anyway, which we need to continue to improve upon. And then we'll go from there with individual demand, because as we can see, video games, tier 1 we're meeting it perfectly. And then outside of that we're not doing very well, but again I don't have an individual video game store for example, so that's something which I may want to go ahead and do at some later stage. What I do want to go ahead and do is have a think and really see what we can do. I don't think there's any item here. There's actually beer, which is interesting. That's really weird. We're not even really meeting tier 1, even though we've got this massive store over here, which again should be doing the job. I don't understand this. I really don't understand this at all. Because if we go back to Simon's liquor store, I just seen it. Yeah, see, it's at an even worse loss now that I actually removed some more infrastructure. And again, it's the salaries that are causing me the issue. It's really, really strange. It's really strange because the salaries I feel shouldn't be costing me this much, but they are. Maybe it's the stock clerk. I mean, stock clerks don't earn a lot, do they? Manual salary. What is yours at? $14. That's not a lot. And then cashiers, manual salary, $15 again, so it's not exactly a lot. It's just really strange. It's maybe throughout the night, or I don't know, but it's just getting worse. But I think it's one of these things that you're just going to have to operate at a loss anyway, in all honesty, and then we'll really soak it up elsewhere. For example, with Diamond Gems, that's doing it's up to nearly $8,000 a day right now, so it's doing perfect. But what I did hint at the end of the last episode was that I wanted to actually go ahead and build out the rest of the mall, and that is what we're exactly going to do today. So why am I going to do this? Well, one, it actually allows me to do a lot more planning. It allows me to envision where the future is really. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build a lot which is what, 30 wide there? Yeah, I think that's good. Then we're going to have this one which is 8 wide but 9 to include the wall. No. Yes. 8 wide. I don't know. No, that will be including the wall on one side because we've already built the wall on the other side. So that works out a bit better there. So that should be 8, and that goes into there like that, and then that'll join up together there. So that's another corridor, if you will. Then what we'll do is we'll have quite a large... This is something I need to do before I do anything else, actually, is build like customer, or build like a garbage pickup here, and here. And then this really just allows me to know my limits when I'm building into this corner area. So if we build to... Yeah, there, that's absolutely perfect. And then we can go ahead and have a nice large section in there for multiple shops. So you can really start to see what I'm actually going for here now. I'm really going ahead and seeing just what I can fit in, because I'd also like another massive supermarket like this, but to a much bigger scale, and also just a lot more items, because right now that's quite inefficient, just on the size of it and the layout of it as well. I've learned a lot from that. So what we can do is, might as well just continue this with the corridor. Hold up, are you only 7 wide? I can't tell if you're 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you are only 7 wide. Okay, got myself caught out there a bit. Right, what we'll do anyway then is we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 wide, including the 2 walls, and we'll continue this up here like so, up to the very top, which is that. Again, we're not really going through much money because we've got so much money. It's quite weird to say, but we do have a lot of money right now. Then we can go ahead and put another lot in there. We can go ahead and then extend that along there, and then build another lot up the top here. Again, I don't think we're going to have another exit corridor at the top. I mean, the top and the bottom are slightly different, but it's mainly just because of the irregularity of the movie theatre. It's quite a strange one there. So with that done then, it's basically just filling out the end bit here, I guess. So we can have another corridor which is going to be 9 wide, come along here. Like so, and then we can just have another massive piece in this corner here. Like so, which is perfect. So all of a sudden, we've gone ahead and doubled the size of the mall. Now it's going to take a ridiculously long time to go ahead and add shops into it. As you've seen in yesterday's episode, it took us, or the previous episode should I say, took us forever to build these 2 shops, for example. So it's not going to be the exact quickest, but it does mean that we can go ahead and have a solid plan. And I also want to turn one of these into a large supermarket as well, which I think would be super cool. I've also gone ahead and, as I did mention, I was adding more car parking spaces just because I feel we need them. So that cleaning research is complete, so that's automatic, which is good. I want to add in a coffee shop now as well. I think that's quite important. Then a tobacco license, and then outside of that, we're getting very close to completing all of the research stuff in general. What is logistics? So allows deliveries of 4 crates at a time instead of 2. That is super useful. So I think that would be very much welcomed when we get around to it. But again, there's a lot of tweaking I feel I need to do. There's a lot of changes I need to make. And I also need to add in some extra doors, I've just realised, into this place here. If we go for doors, which is at the top of the list, then we add a door in there, and then a door in there and there, like so. Then that should hopefully make a slight difference. I do want to check, we added some extra staff into Restaurant 25 yesterday, and it looks like it has, or in the last episode, again I keep saying that wrong, I think it is doing good. I think it is doing a bit better than it was, but I can't remember off the top of my head. With regards to actual sales figures, we seem to be matching them, which is good. Though I feel we could maybe have this place open a bit longer at night. So let's maybe push it till 2 AM in the morning. Let's take one of our cooks who starts later. Yeah, so you can work an extra 2 hours into the morning, and then we can also have a waiter which... that we could just hire a new waiter, to be honest. I feel this place could do with a new waiter. So you're going to start your shift at 6. And then you're going to run right through to 2 AM now, which is cool. And then stock clerk wise, I think we should be fine. I mean, this place is a lot more popular than it once was, as we could evidently tell. So again, I feel we maybe need some more waiters for this full place. It's a strange one, it really is, in all honesty. I don't think we need more tables yet, which is good though. But again, I do feel we could really expand the operation in here quite a bit. Because there are some people getting really frustrated, so I think that's what we are going to do. We are going to scale up, especially the evening time here, because I think we are maybe missing out a bit here. So let's go ahead and, first of all, cook-wise, I think we need more cooks in the evening here. So let's bring in you, because you seem decent cook. And then, oh, wowie, that is a very, very, very plain, just boring set of employees, honestly. It really is. Let's bring you in. So you guys are going to start at... yeah, let's do 6. Both of these will start at 6. And that runs right throughout the night now. So one of the cooks that starts earlier on in the day, I want your shift to end... no, it's not you. I'm trying to get rid of that irregular spike, which is really frustrating me. I think we just need more infrastructure as well. That's the problem though. If we jump into waiters... so if I select a waiter, we need a lot more waiters in the evening as well. So let's go ahead and hire maybe like 3 new waiters, just at random, because again, no one's a good waiter. And let's put all of yous on from 6 o'clock as well, because that's obviously our prime time from 6 o'clock, which is understandable. So 6 o'clock, and 6 o'clock up to 2 AM. So I want to see what this extended hours change will do. Got so many waiters standing still right now, which is actually a real issue, because I've just gone ahead and hired lots more waiters, and I feel it's maybe redundant. We'll move this waiter back actually to 11 o'clock, just because I think we're maybe getting a wee bit more demand at lunchtime as well now, I guess. As we can see, there's a massive spike at 2 AM, which is really strange. But there's not a lot of people here, so I feel that's a false spike. But I feel we're meeting it best from the waiter side. The cook side, not too bad either. Stock clerk wise, we've got a stock clerk from then and a stock clerk through to midnight. What we'll do is we'll just push you back 2 hours so you cover to 2 AM as well. And there we go. So that's quite good, quite happy with that in general. What I will do is I'm going to go ahead and decorate this place a tiny bit more. What I mean by that is I want to add in some more tables, maybe a few plants as well actually. Though again, this is one of these things which is a very tedious task and is something which I should do in my own time, so I will do that at a later stage. Add in more tables, fill this place out a bit more as well, because I think it could do a lot better than it's currently doing. It's just trying to find that soft spot, if you will. We're up to net profit of 4,000, so since my changes it's already changed, which is good, but we're paying out a lot in salaries, but then you also pay a lot for your food here, you know, so it is quite interesting. Garden World, not doing great, but again, I wouldn't really expect it to do that great, to be honest, so I kind of can relate to what is going on there. It's only making, I mean, it's a very, 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 very net profit a day, but all in all, it is positive, which is a plus, but again, right now it's down at 200, it was up at 1,000, but that was probably to do with some promotional event that was occurring. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and build something new, because we have completed some more research, which is good. So, let's get ourselves a coffee shop in here, because I feel it's about time we do that. So, let me go ahead and first of all assign in a coffee shop, because a coffee shop is a bit different and something I've not really done before. So it requires access, cashier, stock clerk, order counter, coffee shop counter, and storage. So that's not very unique by any means. I can't filter by coffee shop, so where are the coffee shop items? That's a real question. Coffee shop counter, beautiful. So we bring these in here like so. We can bring these along the top. Yeah, that's a good idea. So let's have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then we also need order counters as well. Nah, see, I think we need to undo this and then do this the other way, because I think order counters are probably more important than normal counters. So let's do 1, 2, 3 order counters, then let's do 3 of those, and then again we'll just play off demand. So order counters, one in there, one in there, one in there. And then outside of that, we can really go ahead and add in lots of cafe tables. So we should probably build the doors first, arguably. That's probably more important, so we can actually know where stuff is going to go. So a double door there and a double door there. Let's do a double door down in this corner here, and let's do one in this corner here as well. So that gives me a very, very strong idea of where our tables can go. And I've got a feeling I might be building 2 of these off the bat, actually, just because I have a strong feeling that there might be quite a high demand for the coffee shop table. So I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle some tables around here. It's not the most efficient layout, don't get me wrong, but it's a layout nonetheless. So let's go ahead and do that there. Then let's get some tables up the sides here as well. I'm going to get some more up the top too. Get that in there, and then get that in there, which is perfecto. So that is ready to go on that side of things with regards to hardware. So what we're going to call this is we're going to call this Steam Coffee. And the reason I say that is because Costa, which, let me get this right, Starbucks is the international one and Costa is the UK one. Though we do get Starbucks here, but Costa's our main coffee chain in the United Kingdom. It's not Starbucks. I mean, Starbucks does do very well here too, but it's mainly Costa that succeeds. So with Costa doing what it does, it is very... its logo's quite smart. I think it's very cool, and it is in with the Costa. I think the S is like a steam sort of symbol, so Steam Coffee, that's sort of a play on from that. Anyway, thank word I've explained that. Let's go ahead and add in the wonderful floorings that is going to be in here. Lots of people already passing through here, but we need to get this place into action. So Steam Coffee, what do we still require? Cashiers, stock clerks, storage, and then access. So we've got all that pretty much good to go. Now this is going to be open from 6 in the morning to 10 at night, I feel. I think that's a good window there. People can come in here before their work starts at 7 elsewhere in the mall. And then I think it should be pretty good throughout the rest of the day. So let's go ahead and start off with 3 cashiers on at all times. I mean, that is, we're just going to start off with a maximum, to be honest. I really do think this place is going to hit the ground running, to be honest. I do expect it to do quite well. So let's get our cashiers in here. 3 of them starting at 6, and then 3 of them starting at 2. And then stock clerks. I'm not really at all sure how the stocking will work in this place. Oh, we need to hire waiters as well. Haha, great. Right, stock clerks is easy, because I just need 1 at a time, I'm assuming. So let's get 1 starting at 6, and then 1 starting at 2 in the afternoon. And then waiters wise, this is the difficult one here actually. I might have overhired on the cashiers just because I thought they were doing the job. But let's see what we get here. So I say we hire 2 waiters for every single moment. And then again, we're just going to play off demand here, because I've got a feeling I've done the staffing quite poorly in this place, in all honesty. So we'll have to just wait and see really how things go. So that's it ready to go as of tomorrow. I do need to go ahead and add in a staff door into the storage area, however, though. So let's add a door in there, which allows fast access, and we're already actually underway, which is good. So first initial observation is we've got too many cashiers. Are you a waiter? Yeah, you are a waiter. So it seems to be the waiters hanging around a bit right now, so not that anyone's waiting that long anyway. I feel, yeah, cashiers are a bit too many of them right now, in all honesty. Maybe we need another stock clerk. I feel there's not a lot of donuts going on around here. And I feel we could have also made use of a longer opening time, coincidentally. Strange that. Right, anyway, let's go ahead, and I also want to add in more parking in this area as well, and there's a valid reason for that. I want stuff at the bottom here to be successful. I don't want it to be limited by parking spaces either, so that is also very important to me at this current stage. So let's go ahead and build up that. What I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just tidy up this a bit. Not that we're going to start working in this area at all yet, but I am going to go ahead and just do some, I guess, general tidying. So let's go ahead and build that wall, and then let's remove this wall here, and then remove this wall here, and remove that wall there. Then I also want to go ahead and remove that wall there. Then also that wall there. And that's basically me just building our extended corridors. I will actually give access to that as well for my builders through a small hole in the wall, and that means then hopefully we can go ahead and fix things up. There's something wrong with the builder over here. You're just not moving. Or there's a glitch. I'm not really at all sure, but something isn't right over there. Anyway, what I can do as well while my builders are not dealing with mice, I can actually go ahead and really give this a good layout. So let's go ahead and build all of that. Build all of that. Carpets in there, and then finally carpets in here. Again, we could actually open up the corridors sooner rather than later. I have added a bit more detail in between this and the last episode. Like I said, I would, but I could actually just go ahead and open up all the corridors and start with a variety of different things actually going forward, and start like car parking over here, for example, because that's a possibility. But again, we'll see what everything comes to. Okay, so with that said, we're doing not too bad, Coffee Place is actually getting a bit of action. Not as much action as I arguably thought it would, in all honesty, but it's still doing not too bad. It's crazy to see actually how much profit we didn't make yesterday. That's really, really alarming. Because it's taken us a long time to get up to profit. It's taken us all the way till, what, 1 o'clock in the afternoon to get to profit, and I'm not really at all sure why that is. I've got a feeling it's, 1, increased salaries, but it's 2, it's actually maintenance for the whole building, because the building's obviously doubled in size, so everything still needs power, it still needs X, it still needs Y, so I've got a feeling it's related to that. So we need to really go ahead and get a lot more facilities in here much, much quicker, I think is really what is being said. While all that's going on too though, we can actually also add in the perimeter path as well. Because I don't want to have to keep coming back and really just editing this. A lot of the tedious stuff, I guess, I'm just trying to get out of the way with doing that build. But as we can see, it's getting on well and all those carpets are in, which is great. Okay, so what's next for me? I really want to build a tobacco shop. That's something I want to do. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's grab our tobacco license first of all, because I feel that might be helpful. And then what we're going to do is we're going to build that. I don't actually know. We've all of a sudden filled this whole area out in 2 episodes, which is good. Now, the thing is, I want to build stuff in the middle here. But storage is going to be a lot more of an issue in the central area. So we're not going to start there. What I'm going to do is, I've got a feeling I've maybe made some of these areas a bit large. What we're going to do is we're going to start off down the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and add in a wall here and then up to here like that. We're going to have another storage area in the middle here. So our storage area is sort of going to replicate the one over beside it. So let's go ahead and make you, yeah, probably about that big. That should do the trick, and again, if we need to, we can expand it. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and build a tobacco shop like down in this bottom corner here. While I'm at it, I also want to build a fresh bread and fruit store as well. Now that is called a... what is it called? I'm going to build them actually separately as well, because I really want to just try and experiment. That would typically be called a greengrocer. So I want to go ahead and build a bakery and a greengrocer right next to each other, and also a tobacco shop. So lots of people are going to have access to, I guess, this storage room. So let's go ahead and start off with that. I totally forgot the name of it there. I feel I'm having lots of brain farts today. I mean, arguably I'm recording a lot of videos in the one day today, so I'm sort of jumping. You can probably tell based on this in the last episode I just played Sim Airport, so... But all in all, I am, yeah, I'm a bit all over the place today, so... Also been a bit ill recently, unfortunately. I feel I hope it's not coming across in this video, but my throat has been really, really grainy. And it's just not been sounding great at all. And I've not had too much of a cough, actually. I mean, the cough disappeared quite quickly, which was really, really surprising in all honesty. Because I usually, if I do get a cough, it's with me for a while. But then again, I rarely get coughs, but managed to somehow clear this one quite quickly. Which was nice. But anyway, outside of that, we're doing well. So let's go ahead and build there. Let's get a staff door there. Let's also get a staff door there, and another one there, there, and there, which is perfect. So that gives us access to everything now. So let's start off with, first of all, I think that's tobacco done already, which is cool. So let's go ahead and go for tobacco. So unlocks the product tobacco. Now, I'm not really at all sure what tobacco is actually going to go on. I'm assuming it might be, I'm going to punt in the dark and go for table, but it doesn't seem like it, so I'm going to have to go for shelves. E-cigarettes and liquid and tobacco. We've not got e-cigarettes and liquid yet though. Is that a separate thing? It is a separate thing, interesting. So we'll maybe not start there then, we'll maybe start with like greengrocers. So fresh fruit, fresh vegetables is one which we can have in one shop, and then fresh bread we can have in a separate shop. Again, I feel I've maybe made that lot too small, so what I'm going to do is we're going to start off with fresh bread in this place here. And then we'll just see how much we can get in. I actually regret doing that, you know, I really do. Let's go ahead and remove all of those objects for now. Start off with checkouts. Always start off with checkouts. If there's one big tip from this game I can give you, is always start off with checkouts. Makes the world of difference. So we want a queue there, yes, a queue there, yes, and let's have one self-service machine in action here. Perfect. Now with that said, we can now go ahead and do fresh bread. And what I'm really trying to do here is really just try and meet the demand, in all honesty, actually. That's really what I'm aiming for, and seeing if this is actually a feasible thing to do in the future. Break down shops a lot more. So as we can see here, we're only going to have, what, 11 tables of bread, so it's not going to be a large scale thing at all. But again, this is a bit of an experiment to see if this is something which we'd like to do continuously, I guess, in the future. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and add in some front doors as well. Let's go ahead and assign. Let's go to the store. And let's go ahead, and what are we going to call this place? Oh, I did that wrong. I had it right the first time. Let's get rid of that. Let's store this. What am I going to call this? I'm just going to call this something random, and I'm just going to call it... It's going to manage store zone. We're going to call it, what have we... I don't have... Betty's bread. So this is Betty's bread. I have a weird feeling at the back of my head I might use the name Betty before when I've been picking random names, but I've not. Yeah, I've definitely not. Which is good. So we've got Simon's, we've got Billy's, and now we've got Betty's. So we're all good. And I guess we've got Bigfoot's too with the superstore. So I'm using names quite a bit, but I find it quite funny, to be honest. Something, again, a bit different. So let's go ahead and sort out this front area. Now, what we need to do is jump back into manage, and let's get the staff in here, and let's get going. So let's assign the storage and into here. This place is going to be open from 7 in the morning to, what, 7 at night? Maybe even 6 in the morning, to be honest. 13, I'm just trying to think. 6 to 6, 6 to 7, I think that's manageable. So while we're at it, let's go ahead and actually get our food on the shelves here. Which is going to be a tedious task, don't get me wrong. As we come towards the end of this episode, realistically, I think we will not get on to either of the next two stores, which is kind of unfortunate. So I will go ahead and... Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, I think we're going to be doing fine for bread after this, by the way. And I don't think this store will do great, but we'll get started on those next two stores, and we'll make a lot of small stores in this cluster in the next episode anyway. But that's the bread. Let's get the stock clerk in. We will require a whole 2 stock clerks, actually, for the shop. So we can have you starting at 5 in the morning. It's not actually making like fresh bread on site, I guess you could say. I'd love for that to be a thing, but it's not, unfortunately. So you have a bit of an overlap. The thing is that bread will have to go out every single night, so that's why I'm getting him to come in at 5 AM every single morning to put fresh bread out. And then we need cashiers, and again, I don't think we're going to need a lot of cashiers in all honesty here. So what we'll do is we'll hire like 3 cashiers. One at one end of the day, one at the end of the day, and then one that sort of just does a bit of both, to be honest. So, I know, I mean, that'll work, surely. I want to see how this will do. As this shop really kicks off and gets going, because I don't think, first of all, we only have 2 checkouts, so we can only have 2 staff in here max. Plus, we've got a self-service anyway, so that might do the trick. As we can see, we've not actually got our staff turning up for work yet, so we're reliant on self-service. I think I'm going to need trash cans by the looks of it. So if we scroll down to here, perfect, and then let's just add some trash cans outside. I wish our staff would turn up for work. I'm not really at all sure why they haven't, but that's working, which is good. That's working, which is great. While we're at it, let's just go ahead and move on to some new research. So we will get started with tobacco in the next episode. Let's just go back over some stuff here. So the Steam coffee shop is doing not good, to be honest. Kind of disappointed in that, but not surprised by that because we can get rid of one of the cashiers from each shift, in all honesty. So let's go ahead and fire you. And then let's fire you. It's not that's holding us back. I think it's waiters that are going to be holding us back, but we'll observe that shortly. How are we doing up here in the newsagents? We're doing relatively well. We're tiding by, you know. How's Diamond Gems doing? It's down actually to 5,000, but we had a day of 18,000 sales, which is crazy. But yeah, our profit margin's definitely been hit, like definitely been hit big time. We did have a really bad day, I guess one off day, but we have dropped. We probably are back into the lower 40,000s now, which does suck, but I guess all this maintenance does take a toll overall. And then outside of that, we did make some changes as well to Restaurant 25. Not really made much difference, to be honest, has it? It's gone up and then it's gone down. So I can't see myself being able to make too much difference there, in all honesty. I have tried, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do too much more with it. But I mean, it's holding its own, so it's doing fine. Metal Bar, how are you getting on? You're getting on not too bad. So again, your net profit isn't amazing, but I can understand that. Again, we could maybe do with some more staff in here, but I don't know, it's fine, it's fine. Anyway, coming back finally here to 4th newsagents, it could do with some more stuff, but Betty's Bread, we should have a report in here. And wowee, it's not done well, so yeah, wow, okay, yeah, out the park, wonderful. Like, couldn't be more negative. I mean, the maintenance is really just being caused, I guess, by... maintenance isn't high, salaries I feel are a bit high. But again, I mean, I can't hire any less staff, really. Unless I make it a smaller shop. And then profit-wise, it's just not done well. I mean, arguably bread isn't worth a lot anyway. But it's not done great, in all honesty. It really hasn't done great. Which I'm not happy about. I would love for it to break even. Right, so it's no point in starting it at 6 AM. No point in having it open until 8 AM. Yeah, 8 AM seems to be about a good time for it to open, so we'll make that change. I'm also just observing the coffee shop right now to make any relevant changes if required. So yeah, we do not need staff overlap either, that's evidence. Or maybe we do, maybe, I don't know, I feel sales have picked up at this time. With regards to the waiters in the coffee shop, not much change there at all, and hopefully the firing of those 2 staff will make a difference. Again, waiters still standing around doing nothing. Bread's not changed too much, in all honesty, but I do feel we need to get rid of the empty bags sooner, because bread can only be out for a certain period of time, and that's giving us a problem. I think bread can only be out for like 10 hours maybe, and that's probably affecting our profit and loss, in all honesty. Keeping it open till 7 o'clock though, I think is a good idea, but just opening the place up slightly later is better. So let's go ahead and zone this, let's start this at 8 o'clock and let's close you at 7. So that's 11 hours now, so hopefully that'll make some difference going forward. Again, didn't really make much sales again, but I think it's going to be like that in general. Finally, Steam Shop, has it made a difference? Yeah, maybe I think it has actually, which is good, yeah. So I mean, our salaries in general are lower, coincidentally, because we fired people, so had a really good day there, indeed. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this episode up here, so hope you have enjoyed this episode. Please leave a like, rate and subscribe if you are new around here. Go down into that comment section below, leave me some feedback. go ahead and check out my Twitter, my Discord, and my Patreon. All links are in the description. And that's all, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Bigfoot, and I'm out.